Hi everyone, it's Di from My Enchanted Journals. This is the cute little junk journal I made for Junk Journaling July. Let's take a look how we went. So, welcome to Junk Journal July. So here's this little envelope that I got, and this is the cover that I've chosen, and I just made a little template to go over the little hole there on the envelope, and I just marked where I wanted to cut it out just so I could fit it over the cover, because I want to actually leave that little window there to use later on. So I cut it out and just stuck it down. There we go, fits perfectly. So that's basically my cover, and that's good. And then what I did, I just flipped it over and just stuck the rest, so it forms part of the inside cover, I guess. I was going to leave both ends open, but I decided to close them up. So, yep, just seal it down. It's really easy. It's junk journaling. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this is some beautiful paper I got from Barbara at 49 Dragonflies, and I wasn't going to use a whole sheet. Didn't want to waste the whole sheet, so I just cut it half. That's plenty big enough for my cover, my back cover, and it goes perfect with the front. So yep, stick it down, decide which way I want it to go, and get it stuck down. I just love how she did these with the leaves and the alum, I think it was. She did a big experiment in saucepans. And you can see here, this is not perfect when I fold it over, but that's the beauty of junk journaling. It never is, and you just trim it off and carry on. So I've left the front cover open with the pocket, and I trim this off, and you can see I was trying to decide whether to do that side, but no, I've left it. So the actual journal is about 4¼ inches wide by 5.5 inches long, or thereabouts. I made it that size so it wasn't overwhelming to do a page a day, and these are all just the bits of paper that I chose. They're just bits that I had. So now we're getting ready to bind, and what I've done is just make sure that it's all really close. Whoops, upside down. And there we go. So you see they're just all little bits of paper, and it fits beautifully inside the cover. Not too much room around, and it's just one signature because we're only doing a month. So yeah, and that's the cord I'm going to be using, and that's my awl. So these are the tools that you'll need to make a signature: bulldog clips, an awl, and that's a fairly, I don't know, it's not too thick, the awl, and the string. So this string's got wax coating. I just got it on Amazon. So you just use the bulldog clips to keep it in place once you've made sure it's nice and tight into the middle there. Yep, just keep checking that. Now, because it's only a small signature, just one signature, I'm just going to guesstimate where the holes go. I had a little bit of trouble with this first one. It was giving me a little bit of trouble, but I eventually just forced it through. There we go. Then guesstimate where the middle goes, like that. Push it through, and where the top one goes, and push it through. Then once I've done that, I do the same thing but with the cover on, so that the holes end up in the same spot. See? There you can see them. One hole, middle one, and the end one, or the top one, whichever way you want to look at it. Make sure it's nice and tight. So there's my cover that's on now. And we're ready to do the binding. So it's quite a big eye on the needle. I was quite game threading it on camera, but it went through the first time, so that was really good. Now you start off and you put it through the middle hole. So don't start at the top, start in the middle. Push it through. That's it. And sometimes the eye of the needle is a little bit thick, so you just need to give it a little bit of a wiggle and pull it through, and then it's there. and you always want to leave yourself a tail because you're going to tie a bow in a little while. Right, so then you go either up to the top or the bottom. I think I've turned it around and I ended up at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. Turn it, that's it, pull it back through. Now here, you want to go right from one end. So I'm actually at the bottom. I'm usually at the top, but anyway, I turned it around. And you want to go all the way down the other end. So you're forming like this great big stitch inside from one end all the way down to the other. That's it. And push it through and pull it tight. That's it. Then you flip your journal over and you want to go back through the middle where you originally went. Now when you come back through here, you want to make sure that one piece of your binding tape or your cotton is on one side of that big stitch and the other one's on the other side. Can you see that? There, one's on one side and one's on the other side. So that, can you see that there? There. So that when you tie them up, you're kind of grasping that middle big stitch in there as well. So, yeah. And I think I tie it up twice here, which is probably a bit of overkill. But anyway, looks okay. And I didn't want it to come undone. So there we go. Nice little bow. Voila. Cut off the excess. And that's your binding done. Take off your bulldog clips. And there it is. Cute as a button. Not too big. There we go. There's all my pages all ready to go. Now, I wanted to use the prompt sheet from Meg's journals. So Meg is hosting this Junk Journal July. So I was trying to decide whether to ink the edges and I didn't. That's why the ink's sitting there. So I just ended up sticking it in. And it's good to have that in the front because you know what your prompts are. So of course we're on number 1, which is begin. So we've begun and we've made a junk journal. There we go. How cute is that? Now, the pocket. Oh, no, that's right. Firstly, I decided that I wanted to put on some tape just to cover the binding. Now, you don't always have to do this, but if you want to do it, you can. I didn't want to cover too much of that front pocket over either. And then I just flipped it over and stuck it down. But it looks quite cute. Goes with everything, and the washi tape is really cute with little typewriters and bits and pieces on it, so I quite like that. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a junk journal. No perfection here. Now the little pocket. Right, here we go. So we left that open, remember? So now I thought what we could do is use a plain tag and do our title on it for Junk Journal July. So again, we're going to use our templates that we used before so that we know where to put our writing. So, yeah, here we go. Now, these are just a really cute little stamp set. I think I got them off of AliExpress or somewhere like that, but they were cheap. I've just sped this up for you so that you're not bored out of your brains watching me slowly stamping Junk Journal July. Anyway, so this is, yeah, and just using the template, just make sure that I got it in the right place, ready to put back in there. And then of course I looked at it and it wasn't quite finished, so I got some string and thought I'd make like a little bit coming off there. Can't think what it's called right now, but a tag with a bit of string. It just keeps it nice and plain, so just double it up. That's it, thread it through, make a simple slip knot, and we're good to go. It's probably, yeah, just a little long, so just cut off the excess. And there we have it. Cute little title for our little journal. Once I did the binding, I found it was a little bit tight to get in there, so I just had to lay it flat to push it in a little bit. There we go. And It just hangs out really cute on the end. So there we go. Our little Junk Journal July. Such a cute little book. Love it. Turned out really well. And that was all we needed to do everything. So you don't have to get a lot of expensive supplies. Yep, there we go. Journals, and quick flip through of all the pages. They're all really just bits. That was some paper that I painted. The blue one is what my grandkids did. Just added bits and pieces in, so yeah. Thanks for watching. See you later.